Hello friends of the channel, Diehard 3.75 here. Got another video for you. This time we're going to take a look at the Hiya Toys Exquisite Mini Cursed Earth Judge Dredd. Okay, so let's take a look at the packaging for the Hiya Toys Judge Dredd Cursed Earth Judge Dredd. As I mentioned in the haul video where I picked this up, I did pick it up off of Locker Toys. It did come a little bit damaged out of the box. Looks like it got torn a little bit right there, but that's okay. I do, open these. I don't keep these mint on card or anything. It is a nice, sturdy cardstock, and they did change this packaging from what I'll call the first series, where it was shaped like the shield there. It was kind of an odd shape. This is much better. This is much more like a traditional 118 375 scale action figure with your card and your bubble. Much nicer. It has a nice cross sell here of the comic book artwork that the figure is based on. You can see Judge Dredd here riding his bike. Here he is walking through the cursed earth. Close up on the face. Nice packaging. I prefer this much more than the odd shaped shield. It wasn't bad, but this is much better, I think, than that. Let me know what you think in the comments below. The back here, another image of the comic book art that the figure is based on. There's 2000 AD. It would be nice if they had a little cross-sell some of the other figures in this wave or this line. But otherwise, it's not bad. It's better than it was before. Nice and sturdy. I hope that this isn't a one-off. I hope that this is the new packaging that they decide to use for all of the new Judge Dredds coming out. I do have a few more on pre-order. I think it's the Judge Anderson that comes with like a casket. And there's a few others. Still haven't got the bikes yet. Would like to do that eventually. But overall, definitely like this packaging way more. Looks a lot better. If you are a mint on card collector, if yours, if you don't have the tear like I do, this would actually be quite nice to display as is. But we are going to open this up and check out the figure. So let's get to that. All right, so here's the Cursed Earth Judge Dredd out of packaging. And as you can see here, he does come with the same stand that all the figures have come with. Two of the connecting H or I pieces so that you can connect these bases to each other. This one does have one peg there to fit on the peg holes under his feet. It did come with two extra hands. They're both gripping hands. One's a trigger, one is just a gripping. Came with his pistol and his billy club, and both are weathered much differently than the original, which I have here. These are much shinier. I should point out too, I did knock the shoulder pad off of this one. I need to glue it back on. But I think you can see there, this one is much dirtier. Maybe that's rust or blood. This one's much cleaner, much shinier. This one has a brown handle, like leather strapping. This one does not. Same with the pistol. Same exact gun, but this one is more of a gun metal. This is more of a silver. And in fact, it is the same figure underneath that cloak, but different paint apps. The most obvious one is the face. You can see there on the helmet, on the eyes, he's got these sort of lightning bolts, just like here in the rendering, where he does not have them here. And as this guy is sort of more clean, this one is much more weathered and dirty. Definitely see it throughout the green there. Otherwise, it is the same figure. The star of this show, though, is the soft goods. It's almost visually has the texture of like a burlap sack. And I can tell you, as I'm touching it and moving it around here on my table, little pieces of fabric are kind of falling apart onto the table. It does have a lot of rips and tears, like looks like little burn marks almost. It does have a wire on this side going around here so you can shape it. It doesn't have it anywhere else. It does have a nice seam though here around the neck and stitching there around the neck. So it does fit quite well as oversized as it is. I didn't think it was this big. In the packaging, you know, they had it very neatly tucked and folded behind him in that bubble. So I'm a little surprised at how big it is. And it is quite big. It does come off. You can see there. You can just pull it off over his head. I think I'll leave it on though, because there's really not much to see under there that you don't see here. Again, it's just the weathering, the paint. You can see here in the gold, the belt, the green. It's just weathered different on the knee pads there. Essentially the same figure, but I think a better paint job. You get the soft goods, better weathering on the weapons. Really the only difference is the lightning bolts here in his mask. So I think this is the superior version. I think the packaging was superior. I think all around this is the better of the Judge Dredds. Now, because it's the same body though, you do have the same limitations that the other version had, and it's what originally kind of put me off to these Judge Dredd figures. And it's not really Hiya's fault, you know, to stay true to the design from the comic book. They have to put these big shoulder pauldrons on because that's how Judge Dredd looked. But as you can see, it limits the articulation so much. Now I fiddled with it so much, I popped this off, and you can see it's just a peg that this goes on, and the glue kind of came off. It could easily be glued back on. But that peg is what keeps the arm from you getting any real, you know, articulation out of this arm, and otherwise it is a nice ball joint. He does have, you know, ball jointed hips, a double hinged knee, a rocker ankle, but these bulbous knee pads, the elbow pads are also separate piece, but they sort of hinder the look, I think. Not quite as bad as the shoulders. This is essentially the same figure, better paint job, better accessories. You get the one more, the soft goods, better packaging. I think if you're only going to get one, I would get that one. I don't think that, you know, this mask is so much better. And essentially they were the same price. You know, these are $24.99. This one might have gone down in price now because it is about a year old. And this is, you know, as of making this video, this is the newest one. But like the Judge Cal or Caligula, I am impressed with Hiya's soft goods. The Caligula, if you see that video, which I did do, the material that they use for his cape is like a stretchy nylon, very similar to like an undergarment or like a workout type Under Armour shirt. This is like a burlap sack almost, visually and texturally. It feels nice, has this nice wire to it, so you can get it over the shoulder, you can form it, kind of tuck it, you can see there. Very nice. It's a very nice soft goods, impressive again. You know, Hasbro can learn a thing or two, and the Spin Masters, they can learn a thing or two from these Hiya soft goods. But of course, it's the limitation in the shoulders here that really hinder this figure. But it looks really good. I could see this guy riding the bike. Oh, I should mention too, these Judge Dredds, like a lot of the Hiyas now, they have the drop down hips. So you have that added point of articulation. Get you a sit down pose a little bit better with the drop down hips. But again, I can see if I can show you the soft goods. It is kind of, you know, just kind of falling apart, so to speak, or like not falling apart, but you know, it I don't know if you could see that, but the little pieces are falling off. I don't know if that will eventually end. You could even see a little piece hanging right there. I don't know if it's just because it's brand new, eventually that will stop, or if that's just the way it will always be, because it is a tattered edge here. But it's a nice figure. Let's see how he looks next to Judge Anderson. This is Judge Anderson. Cursed Earth Judge Dredd. And I think they look great together. Whoop, he fell down. I think that was just the way I posed him. This soft goods, how it hangs on him, it sits on him. I don't think it doesn't hinder, you know, it's not very heavy or anything. It doesn't really hinder, you know, how he stands or not. But he looks pretty good. Let's see, let's tuck this under his arm. And let's do a few comparisons here. Since we have Judge Anderson here, let's kind of move these over. Get Judge Dredd there. We've got Judge Anderson. Let's size comparison to a few other lines. Again, it's not going to be too much different because it's the same one as before. Here is Fortnite Isabel. She's a very good figure. We've got, let's do Eagle Force Chill Shot. Right in line with these guys. These are all 118 figures. I didn't grab a 375 this time. I grabbed all 4-inch figures. Let's see if I can get him to stand though. I really like this Chill Shot. Having a little bit of trouble standing him though. But yeah, this Judge Dredd, I think he's superior. You get the soft goods. But he has all the same limitations as the other one, but you get the better paint job, you get the better soft goods. Here's an E11, Toys Alliance Acid Rain World. Let's see if we get Isabel to stand back up. Here is Ratco. Ratco looks like he's kind of from the same place as this Judge Dredd. The soft goods might look really good on this Ratco. And that's the thing, you know, if you really like this Judge Dredd and you want to show off all that extra weathering, you can easily take this soft goods off and put it on any other figure that you might want. Here is Padre from Joy Toy Corvus Belli Infinity. So yeah, he's right in scale, 118. Very good figure. I think the best of the Judge Dredds from Hiya so far. You get the weathered weapons. They always come with the stand. You got the extra hands. You know, he's got the holster for the gun. He can carry the billy club. He can carry all of his items with him. He's got the soft goods. I think this is a buy, guys. I think I can recommend this one. In fact, I'd recommend it over the original. Again, this is the same body as the Judge Giant as well. They share, the Dredd and the Giant share the same body, but different head. And I think the Judge Giant comes with an unmasked head and a masked head. That's what kind of makes him a little bit different. But I like this figure. This is better. This is a better figure. I wish this one would have came out first. I would have probably never got this one. But that's the way they do it on purpose usually, right? So that's the overview, guys. This is a pickup, I think. $25. Hiya Toys. You can pick this up. Cool Toys. Locker Toys. I'm sure it will be on the Amazon Hiya Toys store on Amazon. And I'm going to just shoot a few photos with him on the way out. I am tempted now. Well, I've been tempted. I really do want to get the bicycles, the motorcycles. I think Judge Anderson comes with one and he comes with one, but it is the clean version, and I already have the Anderson, so but this guy would look really good on that bike, I think, with these soft goods, or even without. This dirty version, I think, is much better. And I think I like this too better, the lightning bolts. All right, so I'll shoot some photos. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.